Hello and welcome back to Abenals channel. Today I wanted to talk about some male operators and some totally not absurd altar ideas for them. I am definitely not praying to HG to make these really happen. Definitely. Anyways. Disclaimer, these ideas are both dreams and memes at the same time. There's a lot of heavy speculation on my part too, so please don't take any of them seriously. Smiley face. There will likely also be spoilers for operator content and story that has been released in CN but not global, so do feel free to skip if you don't want to be spoiled on that operator's story. Finally, please enjoy. Number 1. Abenals. I truly do believe, and or hope, that he gets an altar in the future due to his Lethan Yurn Witch King plot. Global spoiler, it's known that Abenals has left Rhodes Island, as of CN Lingering Echoes rear on. Why do I think he should be an arts guard? Current Abenals caster class already fits him pretty well, lore-wise. His whole thing is about having amazing arts control, so it only makes sense that an altar for him would still keep his arts abilities. Also, he has a sword in his design that he never uses in combat. But he reaches for it in his chibi animation when you tap him. Manifesting sword user Abenals. To be honest, Eben fights with his wand for the entirety of Lingering Echoes, so I don't have a lot of hope for that, but who knows. Maybe he changed his mind while he was at Rhodes and mastered the blade to shut the Witch King up. Number 2. Tequila. Tequila will hopefully have future plot where he returns to Bolivar. He said in his promotion records that he belongs to Bolivar, and will likely return there in future. His operator record has him speaking with Mayor Candela, leaving him with some cryptic words, "Tequila for mayor?" I support it, and Tequila accidentally catches a bouquet during a wedding, wink wink. And visits his old dad in jail, but as per usual their views clash and Tequila stands by his view firmly. With his sword, I feel that Tequila would either be a guard again or possibly a vanguard. We have plenty of guard males, so maybe Charger Vanguard Tequila would be cute. Also, his personality feels like it would be pretty suited to being a vanguard, opening the stage and setting up things for the rest of the squad to get through. Number 3. Lumen. With the release of Before and After, I have high hopes for potential future Iberian Boys plot. Lumen, especially regarding his parents' projects, before their death, about the Eye of Iberia, which Lumen himself helps to reactivate in the events of Steward Navies. I had the idea for him to be a supporter artificer branch because of his promotion record. Lumen himself is a complete novice at working in a workshop. But despite that, he was able to create a light-emitting unit, combining Agarian and Originium technology, purely through memory of his parents' notes. He's got the talent for it. Lumen's parents were both engineers, who both disappeared when trying to rebuild a lighthouse stranded known in the ocean, known as the Eye of Iberia. Perhaps he could be a new artificer type with healing skills. Number 4. Elysium. He's part of the Iberian Boys gang, and hopefully will be getting future plot with Lumen and Thorns. Elysium and Thorns actually have a scene in Rewinding Breeze where they talk about Iberia. When alone with Thorns, Elysium voices the fact that he doesn't particularly want to return to Iberia, but feels like perhaps he would, one day. Since Elysium is basically known for talking too much and also having amazing mapping skills, I'd put in a vote for Bard Elysium who yells voice lines instead of singing, "I'm so sorry," maybe a more utility-based one like how his current S2 can reveal invisible enemies. Either way, Elysium granting inspiration to allies would also be pretty accurate to his personality and his interactions with others. Number 5. Thorns. He's part of the Iberian Boys gang, and hopefully will be getting future plot with Lumen and Elysium. In the same Rewinding Breeze story previously mentioned, Thorns speaks about his point of view about Iberia as an Agyr, where the Inquisition started arresting Agyr or forcing them into exile. He calmly states no when Pure Stream asks if he misses his home. Honestly, although Thorns' emotions are a little different from others, I'm most interested to see how he reacts when he returns to Iberia, since he technically has the most complicated relationship with it. But honestly, I'm not sure what altar Thorns could possibly even get. He's just one of those operators that his current class suits him so well, with the Number 6. Bison. Bison technically doesn't have any impending plot, that I'm aware of, but I think he's got a good chance of getting an altar if we get any plot about Mountain Dash logistics. I'd also love to see older version Bison, and see his character development and story arc as the heir to Mountain Dash that is currently working with Penguin Logistics. I gave him Lord Class because we have another CEO of a company that became a Lord Class, int, a certain man with a very thick tail. It'd be cool to see Bison wield a long-ranged weapon. Number 7 and Number 8. Steward and Adnachiel. I have an obligatory request for Steward and Adnachiel alters the same way the Cruise Gang did. They're also really cute having each other in their outfits background. Smiley face. For Steward, I also kinda hope we get to hear more about his relationship with Kajarig and hopefully interactions with Silverash and Gnosis, since he worked as a guide for merchants that entered Kajarig through Silverash's policy. Adnachiel's operator files kinda feel like to me that he could have more character development. I'd just be really happy to see our boy getting his license to use a firearm. It also can't be easy to be an infected Sancta in late Reino, and since Irene has been exiled from late Reino, Adnachiel might be our only insight into how late Reino treats infected Sancta. Number 9. Ansel. Of course, I can't ask for Adnachiel and Steward altar without an Ansel altar. Ansel is the best boy for carrying Maleknights healers, with Chestnut, until Lumen came along. Unfortunately, files-wise, Ansel doesn't quite have as much to build on, other than his family from Rim Bilton. But again, Cruz, Lava, and Hibiscus had altars completely not to do with their files. So I believe Ansel is highly driven to take care of people, having seen how other workers in Rim Bilton were suffering. He'd probably have a medic altar again, or it's even possible that he might become an incantation medic like Hibiscus. Number 10. Enforcer. Enforcer definitely has future plot. He intends to find a way to bring Cecilia back to Kasdal to reunite her with her Sarkaz father. This class is quite a meme pick, I know. But I figured what else is a close-ranged enough class for shotguns? A defender class. Which one don't we have Maleknights for yet? Juggernaut class. And Fortress, but shotguns aren't long-ranged. It kind of goes well with Azel's protective personality too, the way he defended and protected Cecilia through the events of Guide Ahead. Spoilers for Global, in Enforcer's operator record, released around Hortus de Escapismo, he speaks to several Sarkaz, including Mudrock and Flamebringer, trying to find out about how Kasdal really is and making preparations to enter Kasdal. Number 11. Flamebringer. Flamebringer is mainly because I sincerely believe he deserves an altar. He's still good to use, but easily gets overshadowed by other guards, even in Maleknights. I also really wish we knew more about his story, with the Doctor in the past and with W and everything about him. Also, with him being infected, I always hoped that he'd have skills more to do with arts. A Sarkaz swordsmaster with arts would be beyond terrifying. Spoilers for Global, story-wise, he's mentioned in Enforcer's operator record, giving him advice, of sorts, on how Kasdal and Sarkaz from there are really like. I'm really hoping he'll be involved in Enforcer's future story too. I'm not sure what class Flame's altar might be. A swordmaster would be pretty accurate, a crusher would be close to his current class, anything that fights in close range with swords. Number 12. Vigil. I know Vigil was very recently released. I'm definitely not asking for an altar for him anytime soon, but perhaps sometime in future. He deserves future plot along with Lavinia Texas, and Dimitri. From his operator record, I'm super excited to hear about how his future works out as he strives to build a Siracusa with no famigli. And I predicted a flag bearer class for him because of his theme song, Go My Way. I quote, "Keep your monsters, cause my banners clean, and we ride for a new flag, with no guarantee." Alright. Just kidding. This one's definitely a meme class pick. I'd pin Vigil as more of a sniper altar perhaps, based on weapons, but again I don't want to remove the pack leader sort of trait that he has right now with his summoned wolves. Particularly if he's going to be mayor of Valsini and lead his citizens. I am begging for Ling level summoner Vigil. Please HG make it real, I believe in you please. Now here's our bonus section. Instead of altars, here are some NPCs that will hopefully become playable in the near future, and what I think their classes should be. Number 13. Cried. Listen. Listen. Listen, I know, but there's always a chance for everything. It might completely reverse or change Abenals' personality, but I don't care, we miss Cried. I just want him to be alive and healthy. Okay. Real talk. I mean, with what the Witch King can do, it's totally possible. Not without its lasting effects, but please give me multi-target medic. Cried. He'd be such a good boy and a good medic. He always cares so much about other people at the expense of himself. I just need him back in our lives. Sob. Number 14. Dimitri. Looking at Dimitri's design from Il Siracusano was already pretty suspicious to me. Not to mention his heavy involvement in plot. Kinda similar to Deacon Brecker. And then someone on Twitter pointed out that he in fact has a Rhodes Island infection monitor on his wrist. So I will wait patiently for the day that Dimitri Cert Aldo becomes playable. And story-wise, for his confrontation with Leon Tuzzo as well. Class-wise, technically Dimitri served as the Bellone family's advisor and also helped to carry out assassination missions at times. Which would possibly make him an executor. But considering we already have the holy trinity of executors, how about Deadeye Sniper Dimitri, who just throws his knives like really far and really hard? Number 15. Logos. If you don't know who Logos is, I too haven't quite read up on that part of main story yet. He's a very rare male Banshee, the most powerful operator among Rhodes Island's elite operators, and also the successor of the Banshee Lord. He might not be playable too soon, seeing that it might be a while before he can get an event dedicated to him. But I have hopes. I wonder how HG is gonna balance him if they make him playable, since he's supposed to be the most powerful one. Maybe a Phalanx caster actually, but with Lin, who's got constant high damage but not a nuke, I'm not sure. To be honest, since it's said that he can cast arts by just speaking it, I'm also hoping that he could be our first male bard class. But that also feels like it'd be a waste of his powerful arts. And that's it. Thanks for watching my video on altar ideas I had. What other classes did you think that these operator altars should have had, or what other characters did you think should also deserve an altar? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any video ideas similar to this one that you'd like to see, such as in-depth operator background and story videos, do let me know as well. And HG had better give that Abenals altar that I just know they have. Really. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.